Hello everybody, it's Andrew Field here, and the one thing I didn't mention about in the last video that I made on the 1st was the government shutdown that's been going on since December 22nd. It's the third longest shutdown. This is the 18th day of the government shutdown, and to put it in perspective, 800,000 federal workers are without pay. Since before Christmas, a lot of them have to work without pay. And who wants to work without pay? It's a really bad scenario, many different ways. Um, and the government shutdown happened because the Senate was going to pass a bill and Trump was going to approve it, but then Fox News and all of the conservatives were saying that he would be giving in too much. And they were like calling him a coward and, oh, you need to stick to your deal of like the wall because the bill they were going to pass was not going to include money for the wall. So because of their stupid response, he decided, well, okay, I guess we're just going to battle it out and shut down the government. So he shut down the government, and it affects all of these federal workers and all of these people, um, and all of these, parts of the government being shut down over border security and the wall, which is a humanitarian crisis, which he's now calling it. And now he's trying to get around Congress because Congress is not going to pay for the wall, especially with the Democratic House of the Representatives. And because it costs, now he's asking for $5.7 billion, which is not a light amount of money. And he's not willing to negotiate at all, and both sides aren't really willing to back down. So a lot of people are becoming affected in a negative way. He claim that he made was that past presidents should have built the wall, and they told him that they wish they did, and that's not true. All of them, even Jimmy Carter, said that they never had any intentions of building a wall, which, by the way, is prehistoric. When you go back to medieval times, they build a wall. When they had castles, they build a wall to get out of people. I think we're more advanced than that. I mean, he's comparing it to the Great Wall of China. I mean, that's like thousands of years ago. And another rumor that he says, and his cabinet is trying to say that terrorists are coming from the southern border, and Fox News had to tell Sanders, who was on there, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, that was on Fox News. They rebutted her, and they said that that's not true. And the fact is that the 4,000 terrorists did not come at all from the southern border, and they were all stopped at airports. So when Fox News is saying the truth, has to say the truth, it's bad. But props to them for stopping Sanders from lying and pushing back. I really appreciate that, Wallace. That was Chris Wallace. Appreciate that. But just to give an example of one of the effects that's going on, hundreds of TSA members, they work in security at airports. Hundreds of them have called in sick because they don't want to work without pay. And another side effect of this that it's hard to think about, and I didn't really think about it, but it makes a lot of sense. The Russian investigation is kind of pushed aside, at least in the media, because we're like, oh, this government shutdown's going on. So it's kind of a win for Trump as well. It's not the only reason, but it is a good effect for him. And also, he said that, Trump said that he can relate to the federal workers that are without pay. Which I don't know. That's just the stupidest thing ever to say when you're a billionaire. But okay. And then Trump didn't say anything about American being in a Russian jail. American was, I think he was touring as a tourist, and he used to be in the armed forces, and they called him they put him to jail over a conspiracy, and now he could be facing 10 to 20 years in jail, and Trump did not mention it at all. The biggest thing going on right now is Trump told prime time to networks that he wanted to be on prime time at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, which is about when I'm posting this video. Sorry, I should have posted earlier. But the good news about that is the response from Twitter is what's trending on Twitter. Boycott Trump primetime. I love it. It's good to see some resistance, and a lot of people are just not going to tune in because it's just going to be propaganda about, oh, why there's such a big crisis at the southern border. It's like basically another Trump rally on primetime. Like him making up a bunch of lies and saying how this is like the biggest crisis when everyone else says it isn't. It's really stupid. So I'm glad that people are saying that, and I would also recommend to not watch it and let him be have satisfaction from seeing. Oh, a lot of people are viewing um my whatever this is rant on the crisis that he's making up. But also, which is cool, they Pelosi and the strongest Democratic candidates are going to make a response and rebuttal to him right after he speaks. So I might tune into that one, and I want to see what he says, but I don't want to tune into his prime time. Probably see what happened afterwards. But yeah, pretty eventful so far, especially this new year. Hope you guys have had a great new year so far, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.